I say my back's against the wall, y'all. Now what I'm gonna do? What should I do? What would you do? It's easy to say what you would do when your back is against the wall. It's Funk Baby Classic. So Ohio said, Mr. Black Rain coming to you with just some, random thoughts of when, your back is against the wall. What would you do? Maybe give you a different perspective about things, on what not to say, what you would do real quick, or what you wouldn't do, because until you faced with that situation at that time in that moment with certain variables and elements applied to it, with you not thinking the whole process through, hey man, I understand sometimes we don't have time to think it all the way through, and we just have to react and trust in something that is going to, work itself out and be beneficial for, multiple parties versus just, one unit. I like to look at things like that though. But first one I'm gonna jump off on is basically touching point with all this racism and stuff like that going on right now. Just the ignorant, mindset. To me, to your boy, to your man's right here, it's an energy, it's a spirit. Why we're born, the color, the hue, the shade, the shape we are, no one knows that. No one knows that. I'm sure we all got answers and theories and this and that. I get that. The importance of it, it will be explained. The beautiful thing about it to me is we all exist right now. Make the best of every moment. Think of all the good things that you tell yourself or your children, your loved ones, to get through tough situations and stuff like that. When you're back against the wall and you're trying to make them feel good and feel right and give them hope and a little bit of understanding or something like that. When it's really unexplainable, you know. But the first one I'm gonna jump off of is, when my cousin Peanut was slain. I was 17 years old, man. I think about it daily. I'm still grieving over it, honestly. But he was slain. He was killed. It was racially motivated. I don't know all the facts of why it happened, but it it happened, so it had to happen. Um, why it was written in the book of life the way it was, I can't explain that. I know I got through it, and this is how I got through it. But basically, I witnessed it. I witnessed the shooting. I mean, I remember vivid details about, the scenery, where he was staying in the car, certain things like that. But I chased the guy with the gun, and me and three of people that I was with, we had to do. We was handling the situation, and I mean, in a fit of rage. So you can imagine, what it was like. But I mean, in that fit of rage, I was touched. I was touched by the Holy Spirit. Most High sent His Comforter to touch me, and He told me to let him go because he will be judged. I mean, in a split second, in a fraction of a second, and think of how fast this stuff is happening, man. I looked and said, "Hey, we gotta let him go." I mean, it sounds scripted. It sounds like the record on the needle when it scratched, not the wick wick whack, not the on the wax like that, but when somebody bumped the table and it scratched, everybody looked at me like, "Hold on, dude." I mean, I've had conversations with my best friend, I mean, to this day, and it's like, why did you say let him go? I could only shrug my shoulders, and most people know me. I'm a pretty serious dude, especially since that moment. I mean, I became so serious because things can happen so fast to you, and you never get a good or a complete understanding why, but you just have to, fortify yourself, you know what I'm saying, and trust in that right there, that breath He put into you. That's the only way I can explain it. But to go from a fit of rage to, if you will, serenity, you know what I'm saying? With all this racial tension going on right now, man, I look to that moment right there in my life. It was a white man that killed my cousin. Come to find out, the bullet wasn't meant for my cousin. It was meant for somebody else, one of the friends I was with. But it was all racially motivated, jealousy, who's dating who likes who, this and that. You know what I'm saying? This is the 330. This is Canton, Ohio. It's here. It's all over the world. I'm just saying, prepare yourself. Be girded up, because the tax is going to come in many different forms, and they're definitely going to try to get under your skin. And how you doing?
Hi.
Hello. And then basically you just got to tell yourself we're all here for a reason and a purpose. So I'm gonna let that person serve their purpose. You know what I'm saying? But back to the story. We let the guy go. I let him go. He runs up to Taco Bell, and okay. And I mean, moral of the story is, man, trust in your instincts. Trust in your instincts. Listen, because communication is there. Communication is there. I didn't see myself right for about 10 years of my life, from the age of 17 to the age of about 27. I didn't see myself right. I had a long walk in the darkness, and thenceforth, that's when I found Black Rain. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the Creator's rule. That's why I spelled Black, B-L-A-K, because it's the Creator. It's all about Him. That's why I come at you with Supreme, baby, because He is the Most High. So I'm giving Him authority on everything I say before I, you know what I'm saying? Supreme. That's the way I'm gonna give it up to you. That's the way I have it to give to you. But this racial stuff, it can be confusing. It can be frustrating. It can be tiresome, weary, man, very weary. But frightening, don't be afraid. Fret not. And please believe, or try to find out, that it's more of a spiritual thing than the hue of our skin. I'm telling you, melanated or not. Because, okay, an albino, no pigmentation in their skin. Still my brother. Definitely. I got to do my research. We all got to stay in them books, man. It's all educational. It's all for a purpose. When your back's against the wall, what you gonna do?